on DAZN worldwide, May 2nd and 3rd. A knockout weekend of boxing. Garcia versus Romero and Canelo versus Skull. 2 huge fights. Pick one or go all in for only $90. Exclusively on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com.
This is Kugan Cassius for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined by probably the most handsome man in boxing, Josh Kelly. How you doing, mate?
That was a nice introduction. Nah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. How's yourself?
All good, all good.
That's good.
Sun shining. It's
Yes, sir.
Monday, so yeah, all good.
It's not bad. Could be worse.
Always, listen, always could be worse. Always could be worse. Right, fight announcement today. You will be in action on the June.
June.
June. In Newcastle.
Yes.
The opponent has been announced.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a name, hasn't he? Flavius Behi. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll be honest with you.
Sounds like a bit of a porn star, to be honest.
What a name! What a name! Absolutely.
Porn star in that.
Anyway, I mean, look, decent record. Only one defeat in 24 fights, I think.
These are always going to be sort of opponent what you don't really know how he's going to come out. You don't really know if he's going to perform. You don't know if he's going to be tough or strong or puncher. It's just an unknown entity. So these ones are always the most. These are the curveballs. These are the fights that just. I think he's a solid opponent, don't get us wrong, but they're not the fights I want to be in. I want to be in the big fights. I feel as I deserve to be there, but this guy's going to have to. This guy's what I've got, and I've got to deal with him, and I've got to focus on him, and anyone can be dangerous, especially with a record like that. If you look at all the guys I've boxed, they've all had winning records. I've never boxed a guy with a losing record. In the last 6-7 fights have been heavily favoured in the winning side, do you know what I mean? Like maybe 3 or 4 unbeaten opponents in there as well.
Yeah, look, listen, I'm not going to say I'm too familiar with the opponent, but you've got a job to do on the 6th of June.
Sure.
We know, listen, there's so many fights out there for you, and we know they're coming. So,
Yeah.
But you've got to get active, and you've got to be fighting. So this is your opponent for June in Newcastle, and get through that, which you will. There's so many big fights out there for you, Josh.
Yeah, I need to be involved in them big fights. I watched the event when I got home the other night there, the Ben and Eubank, and it looked absolutely unbelievable. You got to take your hat off to both the lads, both the guys, Conor and Chris. Fuck me, that was some fight. That was unbelievable. I stopped watching it as a boxing. I started watching it as a bit more of a fan when I was watching it there. Do you know what I mean? I was like, this. They found something. I think Conor found something what he's never showed before. I think Chris dug in. He found something extra as well. I think it was a special night for both of them. I believe Chris's legs looked like they would just stop working halfway through. It looked like I'm not sure, it might have been the age, it might have been the weight, but I feel as though that's what made him go inside and try to put the pressure on Conor, and that made for a better fight. It made for a well better fight, because when he stopped using his legs and started trying to just bully him, it just turned into like a bit of a slugfest. I loved it. So I think both of them, the stocks rose 100% after that. But I still believe that me involved in any of them fights would be big British fights. I mean, Conor was calling me out for years, but never materialised. And now he's obviously the Eubank fight was a great fight, and you got to respect that, man. You got to respect both of them for that. And I've got more respect for both of them since that fight than I ever had.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing concerning yourself that people shouldn't forget. Kind of as after Conor Benn turned professional, the first kind of rivalry we were expecting to see was between yourself and Conor Benn. That was brewing nicely. Do you know what I mean?
It was nice.
It was nailed on that fight was going to happen. Obviously, situations, your career's kind of which went whichever way, etc. But that was the first kind of rivalry we saw with Conor Benn and anyone. Obviously, that was the first fight. So, look, that's a fight still I would love to have seen back then, and I'd probably like to still have seen now. Obviously, Conor Benn was targeting that Eubank fight ever since the first fight fell through. But I mean, for yourself, Josh, I mean, is that, I'm not asking if it's realistic because we don't know whether there's going to be a rematch, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But if that was presented to you, you wouldn't obviously batter an eye
No,
about wanting to take that kind of Ben fight.
no, I'd take it in a heartbeat. I would have took it in a heartbeat back when we were talking about it, back at 147. I'm sure we sent contracts over and we heard nothing back. But obviously, I bought Avenation. They're at the way going through a lot of problems. Lost all respect to him. There wasn't an excuse. He beat us on the knife fair and square. And I had to move up. And since I've moved up weights, the gas tank's never been a problem. The rounds have never been a problem. I've did 4, 5, 12 rounders now. And I feel on form. So if Conor wants to chip his way back down to 147 and have a fight in the meantime at 154, I welcome it with open arms. But it just, listen, I don't want to take no one's shine away from them. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to take their light away from, take the light and try to put things out there straight away because I don't think that's right. But they had a great fight the other night and they both performed excellently. I would take my hat off to both of them. But I seem to be the bogeyman where everyone's avoiding. So come down, if anyone's at 154, any of them guys want to come down, and I'll happily oblige you. And I'm a horrible, horrible night's work. Horrible night's work.
Well, look, listen, it's interesting to see kind of how this situation plays out. We know this fight with Ben and Eubank was part originally of a two fight situation.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen. Whether Conor Benn and even Eubank wants to rematch. I mean, I'm sure in the next coming days or weeks of that we're going to find that out. Or
Mm.
whether Conor Benn does drop down to 147. I don't think Conor Benn will drop down to 147, then go back up to 160. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense if he rematches him, stays at the weight, and then drops down after that, regardless. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, but for yourself, obviously, I can understand why that's kind of the best option out there, regardless of whatever. But there's other options for you as well.
154, there's plenty of options. I mean, I've had so many. I just don't think people want to. It's weird. I've had so many phone calls. Fight this guy, yes. Do you want to fight that guy, yes. Do you want to fight this guy, yes. Everything's been yes, and everything. He's come back like, nah, we're looking at a different route, or nah, he's not ready yet, or he's got a promotional deal here, and then I know I run through them guys. I just need one of them guys to show like. At the joy fight, I should have really kicked on after that, and nothing really come after that. And I was the first guy to beat him, and the first guy to show, all right, I am that guy at 154 in Britain. I should have really kicked on from there, and it didn't. Nothing really moved. And then you had the Lean Smith fight, and that didn't happen, and that was like a rug pulled underneath my feet. Ishmael Davies come in last minute. He's a great fighter. He obviously had a fight lined up 2 or 3 weeks after me, so he's ready. But he come in last minute. A weird atmosphere in there that night. Felt as I couldn't really get it. I felt like a sparring session. It's weird. I think, to be fair, I think 9. I'd probably give it 9-3, 8-4, maybe 10-2 in the scores when I look back at it. But the score was mad. But to be fair, I wasn't. I didn't really. I'm frustrated with myself. I should have really upped the level. It weren't a good performance by me. I should let my hands go a lot more. Cringe watching it sometimes on the telly, thinking why not let your hands go there? And I was just so comfortable and in like a groove, and the atmosphere weren't booming. It weren't like a fight night thing. I was early on. It was weird. So you can make you can. There's loads of different factors, but I mean, yeah, I should have really performed a lot better. I know people know how capable I am of performing, but obviously you got Aaron McKenna now, who's looks a good fighter at middleweight. Looks a really good talent. He performed out his skin, and these guys will take the fights. Just need to get through this. I mean, my fighting weight's 154, but if I need to go to 160 to get the fights with likes of him or Denzel Bentley or someone like that, then I'm ready to go. I'll take the chance. No worries at all.
Yeah, look, I was obviously mentioning Conor Benn coming down to 147, but you have moved up to 154. So, which again, that weight, whether you're going to move up again from that. That's how comfortable you make that weight. I don't know, like up to 160. It's like, would you be
Nah,
able to do that?
no, I mean, I think it's the big fight. If I'm only getting big fights at 160 offered, then I'll go to 160. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have my career at 160. It'll be 154, I think.
But if the
But
opportunity was there, what you're saying at 160, then
yeah,
yeah,
I'm when I want to go missing and just hit and move and punch and just score and out box you. And if I want to win on points, I can win on points. But if I want to get involved, I can also fight a little bit and show that side. Never really had to show that side, so I'd enjoy showing that side of myself. But you don't want to show it too many times. It sort of puts the miles on the clock. Do you know what I mean? But um, I am a fucking lad from Sunderland, so I've got that side in it, no doubtedly. But no doubt about that. But yeah, mate, I'm just looking for them fights. This fight needs to lead us on to big things, and you can't look past this opponent because it's the worst thing you can do. And he's got a solid record, no matter who he's boxed. It's a solid record, and it's one of them fights where you gotta win. You gotta win. Do you know what I mean?
absolutely. Your full focus is on June the 6th. I mean, it's quite a mad thing to say, but you've been pro Lion for like, what, 7, 8 years. I still don't think we're seeing the best of you. I don't.
No, mate, it's crazy.
It's
I
quite
think,
mad to say that, but
yeah.
I still
Uh,
think we haven't seen the best version of Josh Kelly yet.
uh, when I think the levels go up, my level goes up. Like the sort of I keep going back to this fight, but in that moment in time against Troy, that fight there was like it was like right, it's a win. It's a sort of a career changer for me. If I lost it, then I'm done. He's a strong kid. He's big at the weight. He comes forward. He punches. He was undefeated. So it's like if I lose that, then I'm sort of looking like I've got to really rebuild. So that was a crossroad fight, and it was like a real sort of northeast derby. And I got myself right up for it, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it, and I just enjoyed it. And then fights there bring out the best of us. And the fights I haven't really performed in, like fights where there's not much of atmosphere, there's not much thing going on. Do you know what I mean? I'm a fight night fighter. When the lights and the cameras come on and everyone's in there booming, I feed off it. I just go into me. I love it. But yeah, the best is yet to come, Kugan. I feel like I'm young in myself. I don't really live a crazy life, and I'm young in myself in terms of boxing. I put loads of hard rounds in, and like some of the sparring sessions I'm like, God, someone brings that pressure on me. Please bring that pressure to me at this weight, not at 147. Forget that loss. I was dead at the weight. I actually bumped into one of the coaches, funny enough, one of Avanesian's team on the way to Tenerife. And we got on, really nice lad. And he had good words to say about David, everything, and about me. And he said, listen, we knew you were dead out the way. We just had to keep the pressure on you. And we knew that would eventually thing it. And I was like, well, listen, taking 14, 15 pounds off in the morning with the weigh-in is not going to help anyone. So I'm not doing that anymore. And I feel full. And the best is yet to come. 31 now, so I think these are my years, 31, 32, 33. I think 34, 35. I think I'm a young. I didn't mature that fast. I'm young, so young enough to still use all my ability in my prime. In my prime.
Well, look, like I said, first step for you, getting past 6th of June.
Uh-huh.
After that, you need to be in a big fight. You do, Josh. You need to be in a fight that kind of elevates and then.
I've been waiting for it, man, for too
No, no,
long.
no.
Last
It
year
needs
was
to
all
happen
one
now.
fight.
Josh, it needs
Last
to happen now for you.
It needs to happen now. Last year was all one waiting for one fight, and then it didn't happen. It was meant to happen in April, then June, then July, then fucking August, and then September. Then it didn't happen. So I was like, getting ready. No, it's push back. Getting ready. It's push back. Getting ready. It's push back. And I'm like, come on, what we doing here? Getting ready. It's push back. September. Sweet, lovely. Boom. It's on. No, it's not. And then I'm like, fuck. So it's like rugs being pulled in. So now it's like, right, I've really got beamy bonnet. I want to get. I said, Adam, listen, this fight, and then look to get on that July card.
Yeah.
Look to get on the card, the Jabbar and Yusuf card. Get a good fight there, and then look to get out towards the end of the year. get another fight there. I want to be out 3 times this year at least. I want to just be busy fighting good guys, bringing the best out of me.
Before we finish, give me 3 ideal opponents for between now, after the 6th, and 12 months. Give me 3 opponents you'd like to fight, realistic or not. Tell me.
So I'd say, realistically, at 154, I could get an IBF world title shot. That would be good.
Yeah.
Against I think Matroliev or something like that. That would be a shot. Obviously, me and Ben's been cutting for some time, you know, back in the day. And to be honest, I like Conor. I think he's a good kid, but we need to get that. We need to. Our styles would gel perfectly. We need a little dance. I need my little dance partner there. Do you know what I mean? Have a little dance together. I know he's going to say it's going to be no dance, so I'll bash you up, but it's always a dance. Doesn't matter if you're taking shots or not. So yeah. And then if there's a prospect in me going to 160 to fight, then why not someone like Denzel Bentley or Aaron McKenna, one of them ones? You know what I mean? That would be easy enough to make, but it's obviously the weight what I'm not at. So I'm looking to take these big fights, not even at my weight. And these are good lads. They're not they're not old at the end of the career. These are lads in the prime.
All right. Well, look, I hope it happens for you, Josh. Honestly, do.
Right.
But yeah, 6th of June, Newcastle. Opponent's been set, so that's your job in hand first of all, and
Yes, sir.
after that, yeah, hopefully it happens for you, mate.
Yeah, it will. It will.
Have you got anything else you'd like to add, Josh Kelly?
Nothing really, Kugan Cassius. Nothing really, mate. Just yeah, it's been it's been a tough couple of years, really. Tough year, sorry. Tough year. But it always means something. You're going through something hard, it's always something waiting better at you than for you. You ask God for flowers, he's gonna give you rain, so this is what we're dealing with at the moment. A little bit of it's a little light sun shower. So get through this and push on. I just want to be in the big fights.
Yeah, Josh, you're still here, so
Yes, sir.
you ain't gone anywhere. You're still here.
Nah, I want to be in the big fights. I want them big nights. Like I see the guys having, I want to be involved in them, bring the best out of myself, for sure.
Josh Kelly, thank you very much for talking to IFLTV, and well, I suppose we'll see you in Newcastle in around about 5 weeks. We'll see.
5 weeks.
5 weeks. We'll see you in Newcastle.
See you then, sweet cheeks.
Love you, Josh. Top man.
See you later, man.
Top man.
Live on DAZN Worldwide, May 2nd and 3rd, a knockout weekend of boxing. Garcia versus Romero and Canelo versus Skull. 2 huge fights. Pick one or go all in for only $90. Exclusively on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com.